Hey you guys, hey. I'm gonna wait a little bit until everyone gets notified. I'm so stressed out. Well, no, not really, but really. For those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who are just arriving and you've been following me on this journey, thank you so much for your support. It's been a bumpy ride, and I want to thank you for hanging in there. Okay, now let me get with it. As you guys know, I am currently on my IVF journey. I have decided that we no longer going to be on a TTC journey. We're gonna just straight shoot for IVF. For those of you who are new, I did indeed get my ticket and I got my hotel. It's already booked, and I leave in 2 weeks. But I noticed that as I come closer to the date, my nerves is shot. I'm like struck with worry. I'm just, I don't know, ladies. So this is the thing. And I know everybody's gonna say think positive, and I get that and I understand that. But let me express my worries. My worry one is that I'm currently on birth control. I reached out to Dr. Garza to figure out when do I stop the birth control, and I have to stop the birth control 3 days before I'm going to fly to him. My worry is that my cycle don't start. What if I stop the birth control 3 days before I'm due to leave and it don't start? I have to see him, I have to see him cycle days 2 or 3. That's worry number one. Worry number two is, what if my cycle start before my flight? What if my period come before I can even get out of here, and then I gotta spend an extra some odd dollars to hurry up and get my ass on the plane and get going? Worry number two is that, what if Steve gets out there and can't give a sample? He's too nervous to give a sample, or he gets performance anxiety and he can't give a sample. I'm like worried about that. I'm worried about if I don't react to the medication like I'm supposed to. Like, it's just overabundance of things. And I think once I talk about it and discuss it with you ladies and get it out there and put it into the universe, I'll feel a hell of a lot better. What if they don't, what if my body don't react? What if they don't get eggs? Or if they do get eggs, what if they don't mature? Like, they don't mature enough to be put back in. I don't know. I just feel very, very overwhelmed. I feel very afraid, and I feel the difference between, excuse me, you guys, I was getting ready to go to bed. The difference between the IVF journey and a TTC journey. Yes, with the TTC journey, you have a 6-day window where you have to perform. But with this IVF thing, it's all crunched, and you have to be there at a certain time. You have to give the medication at the right time. You have to mix the medications right. You have to. It's just so much. It's so much to pay attention to. It's just very overwhelming. I'm hoping for a good outcome, and like any other woman would be on this journey, but I'm just like so scared. Like, women have asked me, am I afraid of multiples? At this point, I'm grasping at straws. Whatever I get, whatever God give me, that's what I'm gonna get. And it's like, before you step into the IVF world, you like, okay, I want 2 embryos back. I want this. I want to pick the gender. Let me tell you something. Once you fucking start playing this game, you don't, excuse my language, you don't give a fuck what you get. As long as something is put in there and it stays, that's it. Like, that's all I care about. All I care about is my cycle starting when it's supposed to start. Me being able to catch my flight on time. Steve getting there and being able to do his part. My body reacting to the medication the way it's supposed to. I just felt like like my fucking whole mind and understanding is blown with the situation. Um, and then I'm worried like, what if I gotta stay longer? Cause I'm staying for 14 days, 15 days. I'm worried like, what if I gotta stay longer than 15 days? This is how I planned my IVF. I'm going during the time that my kids are on Thanksgiving break. I figured it would be better for me. It would be better for Steve. Serenity is 16 years old. In the state of Georgia, she can babysit the kids. She can be left alone with the kids. My cousin's here. She don't live too far, so she can come and check in. So I felt like while Steve's at work, the kids are in school, it won't be a big deal. Who is it? Goodbye. I'm shooting a video. I'll be out there in a bit, okay? Sorry you guys. Um, I just feel like I'm trying to schedule my trip during the time where it's less traffic. I don't have to worry about getting calls from school to school or having to pick any kids up and Steve's going to work because usually Serenity gets off the bus, she comes home, she does her homework, she goes pick up Aviani off the bus, and then the twins come home by themselves. So everything is pretty much planned, is well put together. But now on top of that, Serenity is upset that I'm going during Thanksgiving. She has this whole thing that they're gonna starve because I'm not here. Like, what are we gonna eat? Oh my God, we're gonna starve. Daddy's gonna burn the house down. I just feel so overwhelmed, and I just feel like so much is on my plate. I don't know what to do. It's 7 of you guys watching. What do y'all think? Like, what do y'all think about the whole? Do you think I'm worrying too much? Do you think my worries are minute? Like, what do you guys think? Like, I really want to hear you guys' opinion. Do you think my worries are valid? Like, if you was in my shoes, would you be worrying about the same thing? I don't know. Like, I just feel like everything is moving so quick. Like, before I knew it, it was like I was going in 2 months. Now I'm going in 2 weeks. I already bought my suitcase. I bought my clothes that goes in my suitcase. And now I'm currently trying to figure out, because the hotel room that I have has a refrigerator and it has a kitchen. It's fully equipped. So my goal is to cook, because I've been trying to eat healthy. Since I decided 2 months ago that I was going to do this IVF thing, I have lost a total of 15 pounds. So I want to try to eat clean, and I want to try to save money by cooking in the hotel. You know what? I don't want to go into the journey to the IVF thing worried. It's just, you know what? Let me tell you something. YouTube can do. It's normal to worry, but you have to put it. I know, ladies, and I like so much want to give it to God and wash my hands of the situation, but I'm just so worried. And you know, the thing about YouTube and social media, it can help, but it can fucking hurt more than it can help. Like, I'm just seeing these women that's doing IVF spending, I'm talking about like 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000, and the shit not working. And I'm just so scared that I'm putting money and energy in something that might not be possible when I have 4 other kids here that I could spend the money on. I don't know, like I've developed anxiety. I developed, like, my heart's racing and I can't get enough air at times, just thinking about the what ifs. Like, what if this shit don't work? What if my cycle don't start on time? Like, I don't know. Like, at this point, I know you guys are probably saying that she's rambling, but I just had to get this shit out. I just felt like I was going to explode by not expressing my concerns to somebody. And it's like, it's hard for me to express it to Steve, because when I tell him about my worries, he's just like, oh, it's gonna work, don't worry about it. And when he says that, it kind of pisses me off. Like, how do you know it's gonna work? Like, I don't know. Like, I even have him now, we are at times intimate, but I even have him now, TMI, practicing, like going in the bathroom and handling his business and a little testing cup just to see if he's able to do it. And thus far, thank you, honey. Thus far, he's been doing what he has to do. He's been, putting what he needs in a cup. But I'm just like, it's just so much. It's just so much going on. And, it makes me comfortable that Dr. Garza is such an amazing doctor. Like, in his group, you see so many amazing things happening. Girl, between my tubal reversal, all the OPKs I took, the blood test that I took, and everything, I want to say I spent a good 10 grand already. Like, I'm talking about $10,000 already. I sold my Ava bracelet. I went on eBay and I sold it after trying to sell it on Facebook for like 4 days. I finally sold it on eBay to this woman who has been trying to have a baby for the last 6 years. And it's like, I can't imagine. I can't imagine going 6 years and not having. This month, on the 22nd, the 21st, I'll make a year since my surgery. Like, I'll be in Mexico by then. Like, I'm just at this point, I'm done. I'm done with trying to figure out, is it gonna happen this month? I'm done with peeing on sticks. I'm just done at this point. Like, I feel like, and to give you guys the raw, honest truth, this journey has took a toll on me and Steve's relationship. Big fucking time. It has taken a toll on our relationship. There's times that I was frustrated because he didn't ask me if I was ovulating. And I know it's hormones, and I know I'm probably overthinking it, but there's times that, Aviani, come in, mommy. Is the keys in the door? There's times that I just felt like he didn't ask enough questions when he was supposed to ask questions. Like, why not ask, am I ovulating? Why not ask, hey, are you fertile? Is it your fertile week? Why not ask the questions that you need to be asked? Look, y'all just see my messy pile of clothes in the corner, but it's all good in the hood. You want to come say hi to the camera, Stinky? Yeah. You looking rough.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
What is your name?
Aviani.
Aviani. Say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
What is this channel?
Michelle?
No. What is this channel for?
Your ovulation?
Yeah, something like that. I love you. You about to go to bed?
Yeah.
All right, good night. Give me my kiss.
Good night.
Yeah, but I'm just, girl, come and get her. She's a mess. She'll tear this whole goddamn house down if you don't pay attention. I just want him to be more attentive. I just want him to ask more questions. Like, he didn't even ask about the doctor. He's like, I said, do you want to know about the IVF doctor? And he's like, oh, girl, I'm packing her bags now. He's more like, oh, I trust your judgment. It's like 2 eyes is better than 1. The things that I might not see, you might see. You might do your research on him and find something that might not be favorable for your wife. It's just like, on this journey, it seems like we are more aware and we're more like, okay, what can or can't happen. And see, with guys, like I asked Steve, I said, what do you foresee on this journey? And he's like, lay down, have sex at the right time, and have a baby. And it's just like, that's not just it. Like, I don't know. But on a new note, I did purchase a camera. I am going to attempt to do a documentary from me packing, from me saying bye to the kids, see you later to the kids, from me talking to the doctor before I leave, from me stopping the birth control, from me being on the plane, getting off the plane, the driver. Girl, but sometimes I don't want to be thorough. I want to be, as women, we want to be in control, but we don't want to be in control. And sometimes we just want to give them the will and sit back and let them drive. And it would be nice if he says, okay, well, Shell, I think you should go on there. Like I said, babe, what day do you think I should go? And he's like, whatever day you feel comfortable for you. This is your body. You have to feel comfortable. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like sometimes I just want him to say, well, I think you should. Sometimes I feel like we need them to tell us what they think should be done. Even if we don't agree with it, at least they put their 2 cents in. Like, I just feel like he's just like, shit, Shell, whatever makes you fucking happy, I'm going to stand by it, and that's that. I mean, maybe I need to be happy that I have a husband like that, but I just wish he would be more proactive and more aggressive in the situation and in the matter. And, you know, I know, girl. Maybe it's like I'm looking too into it, but it's like I feel like the closer we get to the date, I feel like I'm more. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like the closer we get to the date, I feel like I'm nitpicking. I feel like I'm nitpicking. Everything he do is not right. Like, okay, he's only coming for one day. When I was shopping for luggage, he was shopping for luggage, and I was just like, why the bleep are you shopping for luggage and you come in one day? You could put your stuff in a book bag, get on the plane, put your stuff in a cup, and get back on the plane and go home. Like, I didn't say it like that, of course. Well, maybe I did. No, I don't think I did. But why do you need a whole suitcase for one day? Like, how about I put the clothes you need in my suitcase so that way when you get there, you can change out? Like, it's just, I feel like the things that he should worry about, he don't. And then the things that he shouldn't worry about, he do. Like, where's he sitting on the plane? Motherfucker, I don't care if I'm sitting down with the luggage. As long as I'm on that plane, I don't care where I'm sitting. Like, you don't need to sit in first class for one day. But I don't know. I think once everything is all over, I will feel a hell of a lot better. Whether the outcome is good or bad. Yeah, of course, honey. Ask a question. Yeah, you are more than welcome. You guys are more than welcome to ask a question. I don't mind answering them. Let me see. I don't mind answering the question. I don't know, like, I think the closer I get to the date, the more comfortable I'll feel. But right now, I'm gonna just take y'all off the tripod. Right now, my nerves are shot. And you know what? Since I started this journey, you know what? Everybody has different expectations from their husband. I just think my expectations, my husband is very verbal and things that he's compassionate about. And knowing that he's very verbal on things that he's compassionate about, when I see that he's not as verbal on this, it's like, do you really want this? Is this what you want? Like, you're not, like, you're quiet. And it's like, maybe he doesn't want to. This is what he told me. He said he doesn't want to make the decision for me because he feels like he's damned if he do, he damned if he don't. And if he makes the wrong decision and something goes wrong or it doesn't work in my favor, he doesn't want to be the one to blame. And I just feel like, to me, I understand, but to me, I also feel like that's wrong because we're in a relationship and it's like, if you don't want to be the one to blame, so who is the, if I'm the, okay, you don't want to help me make this decision because you don't want to be the one to blame. But in a relationship, it's your fault, it's my fault. We take blame together. We get through this journey together. We get through the devastation together. So I just feel like you not wanting to make a decision in this situation is a cop out. Yeah, and that's how I feel. I feel like, as women, when something don't go wrong, when something don't go right, we're quick to blame ourselves. What did we do wrong? Especially in this journey, the first thing you think of is, if I never tied my tubes, we wouldn't be doing this. Or, if I didn't do this, I would have gotten this. If I would have did it on this date or tested on this date. So it's like, all the stress is on us. The stress of testing, the stress of the 2 week wait, the stress of, do we get up and tend to our kids, or do we lay here for another 15 minutes? The stress of not being stressed out, so that way when it's your fertile week, you release that. It's just a lot of stress, and at some point in time, I feel like it doesn't need to be the stress of the woman, it need to be the stress of the relationship, if that makes sense. Like, we should not have to bear that cross. It should be both of us. You should have fucking one end of the cross, and I should have another end of the cross, and we need to be dragging this thing together. Girl, when I tell you I'm so proud of myself, before this, I think I would have like a glass of wine every day when I came home from work and school. I have not drunk not once. Like, I haven't drunk not once because I'm so afraid that it's going to affect my fertility. And you know what's so crazy is that when we was not trying to have a baby back in the days, ladies, I'm I might have conceived Aviani fucking white girl wasted. Excuse my French for that. Wasted. I might have conceived. Okay. You know what's so crazy? That, Barbara, I have to disagree with, because I think in a relationship, when something don't go right, I'm always blaming myself on what I could have done differently. What I could have done differently. Maybe I didn't test sooner. Like, I very rarely blame Steve, because Steve is not, he'll step back and let me make my own decisions. But what I will do is, if something, depend upon what it is, if it don't go right, I will say, damn it, I think you should have made this decision. You could have made a better decision. Because sometimes when it's your situation, making a decision is difficult. You need to step outside the situation. You need someone that's outside of the situation to make that decision. And I just feel like, with Steve and this whole Dr. Garza thing, Dr. Garza, from what I read, he's a wonderful doctor, but I feel like if he stepped back and read it, because, as women, we just read hope. We want hope. We grasping for straws and hope we get what we want. But as men, it's not their situation. It's our fertility struggles. Like, I tested Steve's sperm. He's okay. It's not him. I'm not going to say it's me, but I just feel like if he steps outside the box with a fresh set of eyes, and he do research on Dr. Garza, maybe there's something that he say, well, you know what, he did this a couple of years ago. I don't think this is right. And I just feel like I don't need to be, especially on this journey, I don't need to be the one making all the decisions by myself. And I find in a relationship, being married for 12 years, that I blame myself more than I will blame him. And I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to feel the guilt of, maybe if I pushed him to put his 2 cents in, the outcome would have been better. If that makes sense. Um I don't know, like, I don't want to sit down. I was gonna sit down with him and discuss it, but I just don't know how to come out, and I don't want to debate. I don't want to have an argument about it, but I do want him to be more active. I do want him to say, you know what, Shell. You know what? I think that's such a good idea. But it's like, Steve is so passive aggressive, to where, like, okay, for my birthday, we sat down and we had a conversation about it. And it was like, Steve is one of those people where if you crying, he won't say anything because he's afraid to say something because he thinks he's going to make it worse. Or like, so we sat down on my birthday and we had a conversation, and I kind of had the conversation with him on, let me know if this is not the road you want to go down. Let me know if you're content with the ones you have. And he was just like, I mean, one word syllables. Like, I want this, Shell. You don't have to worry, Shell. It's like, Motherfucker, am I married to a robot? Like, it's just he's a man. Like, y'all can see in the past videos when he was in the videos with me, he's a man of very little words. It's like there's no conversation out of him. Like, you can't get a conversation out of him. It's either a yes or no. Like it's hard to explain, and it's like, I don't know. I do think there's a conversation that need to be had, but I don't know if it's gonna make any leeway. I don't know if it's gonna make any tracks, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not gonna say he don't want it. I do find him in stores looking at baby stuff, or, we was walking through the mall the other day, and I was like, "What the hell are you looking at? Can you hurry up and walk?" And I, caught him staring at a guy holding this baby, and I, said, "Are you ready for this?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I don't think he don't want it, but I don't know. Like, I want him to be more proactive. I want him to be more boisterous of the situation and stuff like that. I don't know. But all right, ladies. I don't know. Like, let me see. I mean, I don't know. Steve is just, like I said before, he's a man of very little words, and I feel like if he doesn't want to discuss it or dig deep into it, or he doesn't want to make a decision, he's not going to. That he's not somebody you can pry it out of him. And I feel like if he didn't want me to do it, he would have told me to stop. But I just think I need him to be more up front. I need him to be, you know what, Shell, wait a minute, we're moving too fast, if that's what he feels, or, you know, you know what, that I think you're most definitely right about that, Barbara. You know what, they will never understand. And I don't know if it's so much of me wanting him to understand. You know what? Okay, Barbara first. I don't want him to understand, but I just want him to ask more questions, if that makes sense, because this is a lot of money we spending. So no, I don't expect him to understand, but I don't want, if I come to him right now and say, okay, they got this medication and it costs $7,000, it's gonna get me pregnant, can I get it? It's like he won't say no. He be like, well, if it's gonna get us pregnant, it's gonna get a baby for us. Go ahead and do it. And I don't want a yes guy. I don't want a guy that says yes to everything. And that's what Steve does. He's a yes man. And I just want him to be like, okay, wait a minute, slow down. You're not gonna get this. Let's do our research before we spend this money. And Steve is just like, if I tell Steve right now I need $4,000 to go see this specialist, he's not gonna say he's not gonna ask who the specialist is, where he's at, what he specializes in, no nothing. He's just gonna give me the money, whatever makes you happy, Shell. And I don't fucking want that. I don't want to whatever makes you happy, Shell. Now let me see. I did look for a doctor here that specializes in fertility. I'm here. I'm not in Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm in Georgia. And when I tell you, these doctors charge a grip. Like, at first I was gonna do an IUI, and I was thinking about doing an IUI in Florida, but the problem is that to be monitored, I would have to travel back and forth, and that's too far of a trip. I was gonna do an IUI in Alabama. It's just too far of a trip. So I was like, let me check here with doing the IUI. I called the place up the street from me. They said the IUI was $1,800. I said, oh, that's not bad. Fucking medication is $2,800. How the hell is the medication more than the damn procedure? So I asked them, I said, what medication is given? They said either Clomid, Femara with the trigger. Now, my thing is, I've been taking Clomid and Femara, and I also got a prescription for the trigger shot. The trigger shot, the max is like $280. It's like $280. The Femara I pay $11 for a month, and the Clomid I pay $8 for. So how the hell, once again, is it $2,800? Like, I just don't understand it. So I said, you know what? If I'm gonna pay $1,900, and then another 18. I might as well go to Dr. Garza. Like when I tell you this guy is so fucking amazing, I got his phone number. I can call and text him. He will answer me right back. Like I love this guy. Like you know what I'm saying. He's so down to earth, and I don't know if I like him so much because I didn't get that opportunity with Dr. Maurice. Like I didn't even get to fucking say how did my vagina look. Like yes, girl. I want him. I want Steve to be more involved in the process. I want him to ask more questions, especially as his money being spent. Also, ask more questions. Who is this guy? Who is this guy that's about to fucking get your whole paycheck? Like, who is he? Like, who is this guy that's about to operate on your wife? Like, does he have any bodies on? I mean, does he? Is there? What's his death toll? Like, what's like okay, I just found out Dr. Maurice is a coroner. He's running for state coroner. He's a fucking coroner. He deal with dead bodies. I didn't know that before he did my surgery. I had no idea Dr. Maurice was a coroner. Like, it just blew my mind. Like, yes, girl, he is a fucking coroner. He's running for a state coroner in Louisiana. Like, if I known that, I wouldn't. That's like going to a doctor that specializes in abortions for your prenatal treatment. I would have never went to him knowing that he's a coroner. Like, I just wouldn't. Serious. I just want, sometimes, like I said, sometimes what one eye won't see, another one will. And I want him to be more involved in not so much of fertility. Where the fuck is my money going? What are you spending my money on? Who is this guy? Like, who is this guy that's about to go inside your wife's cooch and grab eggs out to fertilize them? Like, I mean, who is this guy that's going to help us bring a baby into this world? Do more research. I mean, I feel like whether you a man or a woman, it doesn't take anything to be interested in doing your research and knowing who you're dealing with. Girl, this guy, they said, somebody was telling me, and I don't know how true it is, somebody was telling me that he specializes in being a coroner. Like GYN is his second practice. Like that shit blew my mind. Like, so that made me think like, okay, now don't get it twisted. In medical school, you do practice on the cadavers. Tell brother that I said send that shit. Pass it. Um, I just feel like, I know as a doctor he's practicing on cadavers to get better, but like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, when you do your whole bio as a doctor on your page, why is coroner not listed as one of your practices or as one of your bios? Like, when they put, I went to school here for this many years and I studied here and I graduated from here and I practiced here. Like, why the fuck did you leave that part out? And maybe that's why he's so goddamn quiet. You can't barely get that motherfucking man to say anything because he's so used to dealing with motherfuckers that don't speak. This is what I'm saying. Like, I was telling my other homegirl, I said, this nigga's a coroner. So that's why he not used to speaking to nobody. Because the patients he fucking deal with don't speak. Girl, I don't know what the fuck his mind focus is, but I feel like that speaks volumes. You a coroner. Not saying that don't, because he's a coroner, don't take away from the fact that he is a good doctor. It's just he has fucked up tendencies. Like, he has fucked up. Girl, let me tell you something. When I walked in there to have my surgery done, you had these goddamn people in there look like fucking straight hillbillies. Like they ain't even see sliced fucking bread up in this motherfucker. And then it's like they don't even pull, when they ask for my money, they didn't even pull me to the back and ask for my money. the person at the desk asked me for my money, and mind you, I had like close to $8,000 in my purse. So I'm sitting there in the waiting room with a bunch of motherfuckers that look like they hills have eyes, counting out my money. They watching me count my money, and I gave it to them. It was no secrecy. It was no, okay, Miss Massar, do you have the money? Yes, I do. Okay, come to the back. Like, it was no, like, I'm counting my fucking money sitting right there in front of them people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like he came in there. Then he came in there and barely said two words for me. The conversation. He had a more of a conversation with my husband than he did with me. And that's the truth. Like, true story. Like, he came in there, he told me what was on my ultrasound, which he really didn't tell me what was on my ultrasound because he never said I had PCOS appearance. And if you look in the video where he's explaining to my husband on how my tubes and my ovaries look, he didn't mention that my ovaries had PCOS appearance in that video either. Like, my husband asked, does everything look okay? Is the ovaries, is the tubes okay, whatever? And he never once mentioned that your wife has PCOS appearance, or he never once said, have your wife ever been told she has PCOS appearance? Now, what he did say, he asked Steve, did she have any problems getting pregnant before her tubes were tied? Steve said no. He said then she shouldn't have any problems now. What the fuck? Like, do you follow up with your patients? Like, I mean, so, and here go another thing. If I do get pregnant, are they going to mark that down as contributing to them that they helped me get pregnant, even though I got pregnant with IVF? Like, are you going to say, okay, well, this patient, we know this patient is pregnant, but she didn't get pregnant with us? Or are you going to just mark that on your fucking chalkboard as, okay, we got her pregnant? That's bullshit. Like, and I just feel like, would I recommend Dr. Maurice? Absolutely fucking not. If you can't speak to the person, this is what I'm saying. If you can't speak to the person that actually cuts you open, dug in your insides, reconnected some shit that hasn't been touched, not even by your husband, and don't even give you a conversation, that's like, excuse my language, but we all adults, that's like a motherfucker fucking you and not even taking you out for dinner. Girl, these doctors out here. And that's just like Dr. Maurice was telling me, and I know this is off the subject of me venting, but Dr. Maurice was telling Steve that he tie tubes. That's what he does. His main job is tying tubes. And he said he don't, and for anybody who went to Dr. Maurice, they can vouch for me, he don't just tie the tubes, he take the whole fucking tube out. He don't tie the tubes, and like when women want to be sterilized, he don't tie the tubes. He removed the whole tube. Now, you're a tubal reversal doctor who's a GYN, who also ties tubes and is a coroner, and love playing golf. Okay, so you doing a little bit too much. Like you got too, like he's like that guy you see on TV where you walk into like this little country town and you say I need to speak to the sheriff, and he dipped down under the desk and put the fucking sheriff hat on, and he the sheriff, and then you say I need to speak to the judge, and he fucking dipped down under the desk and put the judge hat on. Like, this motherfucker got too many hats. If I knew he had all these hats, he wouldn't have been touching this little cootie. Yeah, girl, you laughing, but I'm serious. So, now that I think about it, I don't think I have anything to worry about. If I spent all this money, yeah, girl, he got too many fucking hats. If I spent all this money with piece of shit Dr. Maurice, I think I could spend a little bit more on Dr. Garza. Girl, I'm telling you, if you go back and watch the video with Dr. Maurice, he told my husband in the video, verbatim, did she have any problems getting pregnant before she had her tubes tied? Steve, no. Well, she shouldn't have no problem now. She should be pregnant right away. Weird, nigga. It's been like, what, almost a year? Still nothing? Nah, I mean, yeah, I got a little faint fucking positive, but who knows whether that was a chemical or whether the test was faulty. Like, I'm trying to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just feel like the fact that, girl, when I tell you guys, I'm going, Girl, hell no, you know that goddamn guy ain't giving no motherfucking refunds. That's like one of the patients that he do the autopsies on, asking can they get a goddamn refund. Um, but to you, Barbara, when I tell you I'm going to record like how I recorded when I was going to see Dr. Maurice, I'm going to record every little fucking thing. I'm going to record the hotel, the complimentary breakfast, the bitch sitting at the front desk, housekeeping. Oh yeah, bitch, housekeeping, you getting scanned because you ain't about to come up in my room and steal a motherfucking thing. I'm about to record everything. I might even record well, shit, no, I can't record my egg retrieval. But if Steve is there the day of my egg retrieval, I'm definitely going to have him record every fucking thing. You know how I got away with words, you guys, where I can get cameras in places where they normally wouldn't let you get cameras in. What I say to you is, if you can get this is what I say. If you can get your doctor on the phone and have a conversation with your doctor more than just a consultation, then you go ahead with that doctor. Because a lot of doctors, I spoke to Dr. Maurice during the consultation. A lot of doctors will free their time to get new patients, but once you a fucking patient, you can't speak to them motherfuckers ever again. So what this is what I say: if you can get your doctor to call you and you can speak to him or her at least twice before your tubal reversal procedure, I say go with them. But if you need to know the full understandings of what you getting yourself into. You need to understand your body. You need to do all the tests that you can do. AMH, FSH, estradiol, everything. Vitamin B12, D12, whatever the fuck, whatever. You need to test everything that may affect you getting pregnant. You need to do an ultrasound. Just check it. You understand? Look into it. Don't just think, okay, this doctor has a good success rate because, yeah, her success, every success rate has a downfall. Every success rate has those who get pregnant and those who don't get pregnant. It's like a fatal. It's like a war, casualty of war. Um, Me at this point, I had someone who asked me if I had to go back and choose Dr. Maurice, would I have done it? This is what I'm saying. Like, and I was telling you girls before. He told me, Miss Margie told me, and he's a fucking coward. And this is why I say he's a fucking coward. Why is a nurse telling me that I might have PCOS appearance? Why didn't this guy tell me when he met me in the room before my surgery? Why didn't he fucking explain this to me? Why didn't he explain this to my husband? Why would you tell my husband if I got pregnant before I shouldn't have any problems getting pregnant now? What he should have said is, okay, did she have a problem getting pregnant before? Steve say no. Okay, well, because it looks like she has PCOS appearance. So, hopefully if she didn't have no problems getting pregnant before, she won't have no problems now. It's just I feel like they sell you a fucking dream. And like my homegirl was saying, they say the sex and hair business is a multi-million-dollar company and they prey on victims. No, this fertility shit is like a victim central. $7,000, girl. Where the fuck you get that price from? Set Barbara, where the hell you get $7,000 from? $7,000? Shit, you can go have your goddamn two, bitch. You could get a baby from India for $7,000. Who told you $7,000 with Dr. Garza? Seven shit. If I need $7,000, bitch, I'm about a good $2,000 short. I ain't ready to go yet because what Dr. Garza explained to me is for the IVF process. For the IVF process, the whole medication, everything, I'm gonna need about anywhere from $35 to $3,700. Oh, Girl, cause I was about to say $7,000. I might have to go shake some ass real quick, cause I ain't got no $7,000. But yeah, I know Dr. Garza. He told me 3,700 or a little bit over 37. Um, I already got my hotel. My hotel and stay for 15 days came to 742. I'm traveling with United Airlines, and I'm staying where I'm staying at is the Wood Springs in Brownsville. Um, and I paid, like I said, I paid less than $800. So I say everything in total, and this is not counting the food that I need to eat. Everything in total was like a good, I would say about 4,200. I mean, I would say food wise for 2 weeks it'd be about another 250 to 500. It's just me and Steve. He got his own flight, like he's paying for his own flight. But out of pocket, like what I have for my IVF and for my hotel and food, I would say 5 grand, the max. Shit, 7,000. Yeah, I mean, but see that money, 7,000. You right, Barbara. Hell yeah, that's a good price. Shit, I'll do 7,000. I mean, 5,000 any damn day with Dr. Garza, and especially with the results. Any of you ladies who is not in the Dr. Garza group, y'all need to go find that motherfucker and go get in that group and read all the feeds. Because when I tell you, even when women in that group don't get pregnant, they don't have anything bad to say about this doctor. And when I say anything bad to say, they might say, oh, they didn't get pregnant or whatever the situation may be, but they never blame it on the doctor. And if someone do have something bad to say, it's not like it's they exiled out of the group or they put out of the group for speaking ill of the whole process. But when I tell you I was in here one day binge reading his whole group, I think I read all the way back until April of last year, and I didn't see nothing bad. Like I didn't see anything where they was blaming him for not getting pregnant. I've heard of women saying, I didn't get pregnant this cycle, but I'll be back. And the good part about it, this is how you know this man is good. The first IVF process is 2700, 27, 29, 29, 25, plus the course of medication. If you don't get pregnant the first time, he takes 50% off. So it's only 1,500 plus the cost of medication and anesthesia. If you don't get pregnant the third time, for your third cycle, it's 500 medication and anesthesia. Like that's the fucking bomb. Like that mean to me, that mean he's sure that he's gonna be able to do something for you. Like if he's willing to take, yes, girl. If he's willing to take a price drop like that, he is fucking almost certain that he's gonna be able to do the job. And I like that. I like when a man will put his money where his mouth is. Like you willing to take that pay drop 50%. Like I've heard of doctors I've heard of women saying they tubes are blocked and had to go back. No, she didn't get pregnant, honey. Barbara, that one was for you. She didn't get pregnant. She's been in this game a long time. I want to say about 2 years, a little bit, might be maybe a little bit more than 2 years. Um, when I tell you, I've never heard of a doctor taking 50% off their price. Even with women who had their tubes untied and then had a blockage, they go back to the doctor. The doctor is only taking about 70, I would say what, a good 30 to 40 off. They're not cutting the fucking price in half. Hell no. Like, and I that's what I like about Dr. Garza. He's like sure of himself. He don't advertise. When you ask him why he don't advertise, he say the best patients is by word of mouth. Like he don't want to advertise. He said he's not paying money to advertise. The people is his advertisement. The people that he get pregnant is his advertisement. Like he said, that's the best advertisement in the world, and I fucks with that. Cause you look at Dr. Maurice, Dr. Levine, motherfucking, I can't even remember the other doctors because at this point they're irrelevant. And they got a whole bunch of Dr. Maurice. That motherfucker had a billboard in every street corner like a hooker waiting for a John. Like, he had a billboard on every damn corner. Like, if he was a pimp, them prostitutes was out there working that corner because he had a sign every fucking where. Like, and we eating it at the goddamn Chinese buffet. You fucking look up, you see his face holding the fucking baby. Like, goddamn, nigga, can I eat in peace? So, Girl, I'm so fucking serious. When I tell you Dr. Maurice is like fucking Nino Brown from New Jack City, that motherfucker is advertising on every street corner. Dr. Levine too. I seen a lot of people say he advertised heavy too. And I just feel like Dr. Garza said, word of mouth is the best fucking advertisement. If a patient is happy, they're gonna spread the word. But I don't know, ladies. I feel a hell of a lot better. Steve got me a new car today. Hold on, let me see if I can show y'all real quick before I hang up. My truck, I blew the engine on my truck, and I haven't had a car in about a month. But I'm going to show you guys. Let me see. Look, don't be criticizing my house, you guys. Shut up, Phoenix. Let me see. This is my new baby. And he actually just gave me the money and told me to pick out what I wanted. So he don't even know I have it. I love this freaking car. I love this car. And I really wanted a truck, but he told me to wait and he'll get me the truck. So, but yeah. He said to wait and he'll get me the truck. Look, this is my little messy house. Let me see if I can show you guys my dogs. I crate train my dogs, so don't say I'm cruel, okay, you guys? At nighttime, they in the crates. Hush. And let me see. I never gave y'all a home tour, but y'all can't even see. But let me see. This is we didn't fully furnish certain rooms. This is upstairs. Hold on, you guys. I can shut off that light later on. Let me see if I can show y'all the kids' rooms. My room is a mess, so. This is what upstairs look like. What, Kanye?
This is enough for my age. Hold on. Here to see the light.
Is it what?
Is this enough for my age?
Don't be showing me no damn chest hairs. I'm on live.
It's around his nipples.
The bathroom. And the boys' room, that's always a mess. So y'all got 5 seconds. Move it. 5, 4. Oh, messy room. Yeah, ladies, but I don't know. You know what? Y'all right. Steve is very supportive. Maybe I need to let him be him. Like, we all, thank you, girl. This shit is a handful. We all react to stress differently, and maybe this is the way, thank you. Maybe this is the way Steve reacts to his stress. Maybe this is his, I don't know. I love him to death, but I just feel like, you know, sometimes you want the person to be the way you want them to be, and that's not always good because you didn't fall in love with the person. I mean, if you really have to change a person, did you really love them? So it's like I love him, the way he is, but sometimes I just wish he would be more, not giving me everything I want. Like, not, I want the moon. Okay, Shell, how much it costs? I want this. Okay, Shell, how much it costs? Like I want some resistance. I want some competition. And sometimes I just feel like he's a pushover. No, I think, you know what? I do think this journey is gonna bring us together, most definitely. It's just, and that's why I did not want to continue TTCing, because in a relationship, I've been married 12 years. In a relationship, you have to know your limits, and I felt like the longer we TTC'd, oh, I have heartburn, you guys. The longer we TTC'd, the more stressful it was for our relationship. It wasn't healthy. So, sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, and you got to know when to throw in the towel. And for me, hold on, I got to take something for heartburn. For me, it was, okay, well, you know what, Shell? This journey has divided us. It has separated us, because it's like, he wants to be intimate and have sex before my fertile week or a couple of days before my fertile day. And it's like, no, I want him to hold out. And it's not fair to him, but it's like he doesn't get where I'm coming from. And it's like, I just don't want to waste the good stuff for the good time. But you have to know your limits in a relationship. And that's why I said to myself, I want to just do this IVF thing and see where we stand, because me continuing to pee on sticks, Steve would come in the bathroom and he would be like, and he told me doing that is a turn off. But it's like, how else do I know when it's time if I don't just do it? And he's like, well, let's just do it. And leave it up to Steve. He would do it every fucking day. I don't have the energy for that. I don't. Steve would do it every day. Girl, I'm telling you, people don't understand. I've been on the journey for a couple of years, but I've only been in the TTC journey for a year. When I tell you, I was reading this one lady, and I know this is like, this video is longer than what I expected. This one lady reached out to me about 6 months ago, and she reached out to me and said, she reached out to me from Facebook, and she never knew. Yeah, she never knew that I had a YouTube page, and she said her and her husband been trying to TTC for 4 years. For 4 years. She said he cheated on her, got the other woman pregnant and left her, and then 4 weeks later, she found out she was pregnant. She didn't know what to do. Thank you. She didn't know what to do. And she said to me, she said, she got my information from a person that was following me on this page, so I hope they don't feel no type of way. But she got my information from somebody that follows me on this group, on this channel, and she wanted my honest opinion. And she said, he left me because he wanted another baby. Should I tell him I'm pregnant? And I said, absolutely fucking, yeah, you should tell him you fucking pregnant, but don't tell him expecting to get that motherfucker back. Let him stay exactly where he's at. And let him know you and your bitch about to start paying child support. So I hope y'all ready. Like, this this journey can be hard on husbands to the point where it will push them away. Like they can't understand it. But at the end of the day, if you don't understand your spouse and your spouse don't understand what you're going through, this whole fucking journey will fuck up your understanding. It will mess up whatever you built. And it's crazy that something that we built in 10 years can be torn down in a year, or have the possibility of being torn down in a year. Like, me and Steve was arguing over, he's too tired, but I'm in my fertile week, or I'm too tired and I'm not in my fertile week, or the kids are still up and he want to do it in the goddamn kitchen and it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon and the kids are still up. Like, we were just arguing over the most ridiculous shit that we would have normally never argued about. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's unbelievable. And then, you know what? When you have older kids that know what you're doing, it's even harder. Like, yeah, this house is nice and it's big and all, but you can't do nothing in here. These motherfucking kids hear every goddamn thing. So now it's hard for him to perform the way he want to because he think the kids is hearing him. So you can't do it, girl. This goddamn journey is a. I'm wearing this, guys. Look, I cut my hair off. I cut all my hair off and I started dreads. I started dreading my hair. So I got this on because my dreads are awkwardly short. And my hair was relaxed. And I cut the perm out and had my hair dreaded today. So. Girl, write it down. You know how many curse words will be in that damn book? Curse words will be in the book. I don't know. It might be a ghetto street novel. Shit, I might have to partner up with Zane or somebody or some shit. Because that book will be a damn girl. That book will be a trip. Maybe I need to do a auto album and shit instead of a damn book. Because that book will be as crazy as... That shit would be crazy. I don't even know about... Steve said that too. He said, Shell, you need to write a book. He was like, you need to write a book because you fucking crazy. Like, You know what? Girl, I don't even know. Like, and I don't know how to be anything else other than what I am. Like, some people be like, some people know how to take me and some people don't know how to take me. Some people be like, I like you because you real. And some people just be like, you a little bit too real. You need to tone it down. Or whatever. Like, my husband's family, they think I'm hood as shit. They think I'm hood as shit. Okay, girl, come on. You more than welcome. Let's go. Move down. Um, but just know you got them pit bulls. A lot of landlords don't allow pit bulls in the house at all. They will make you sign a contract. The lady next door where I used to live, she had a pit bull. When I tell you they evicted her in like fucking 2 weeks. You know what? Sometimes with my personality, girl, I be like, you know what, Shell, you need to tone it down a little bit. But I don't know how to be any... Girl, let me tell you something. Oh, okay, you're not looking to rent? Thank you. My mama used to whip my mother, used to whip my ass for being this way. Like, I don't know no other way. I don't know of any other way. Like, I would get my ass whipped on a daily basis for saying the wrong shit. Like, oh, you looking for my mom? She told me to tell you she's not home. Like, all types of shit I used to say that I was not fucking supposed to say. Like,